Here now to speak about the film, one of the producers and co-writers of Trinity's Triumph, Father Stephen Fichter. Father, thank you so much for being with us. Talk to us about this film and the unique approach that you're taking about talking to the priesthood and that journey to the priesthood that you've presented here.
Sure. Tom, thank you so much for having me on, and I'm glad I'm able to share our story of Trinity's Triumph with all your viewers. It's a project that I began 25 years ago with the idea of really trying to show the priesthood and the church with all of our flaws and faults and failings, but in the light of reality. I think many times people hold up the priesthood on one extreme of just like this pillar of perfectionism, which is obviously impossible because we're human beings like everyone else, or sadly, after the crisis that we've been through over these last few years, just looking askance at priests and thinking that they're all bad. So I wanted to strike a middle ground between those two extremes and show the priesthood as it really is, made up of human beings like myself who strive every day to love God and love our neighbor and serve our people to the best of our ability, but always with our faults and shortcomings. So the idea is to kind of look over the rectory wall and see us for who we are.
Yeah, you know, the Catholic Church has, for years now been suffering from a lack of vocations to the priesthood. And is that really the hope here, to show, not only to instill trust, re-instill trust in the priesthood, because there is a lot of skepticism now because of the scandals, but to show people who are discerning that you can be called to serve God, but you can also kind of be a regular guy too.
Oh, very much so. That's really what we're striving to do, is for young men looking at this film, they can hopefully see themselves reflected in the three younger characters that are guided by Joe Morton that you mentioned at the beginning. And my co-writer, Kathy Carson, and our director, Michael Wickham, the three of us really worked very hard to show that human side of it, with the hope that, as I said, the next generation may feel inspired to say, hey, even though I have my faults and failings, but I do feel that God is calling me to this life of service, and I can identify with this, and I can enter the seminary. And, the reality is not every young man that enters the seminary gets ordained, but if you want to get ordained, you have to enter the seminary. So my hope is that if any young man is thinking about it, give it a try. It's a beautiful, wonderful life. Not for everyone, but if that is where God's calling them, I think that's where they'll find their deepest joy, their deepest happiness.
Father, I want to switch gears with you, and I want to talk about this very special time of year. There is so much negativity today that competes with the joy of Christmas. And there are forces who benefit from people just being miserable, right? What is your advice about how best not to get dragged down by all of that during this time of year so that you really can feel the Christmas spirit?
Oh, sure. And I really do feel that Advent is a very special, particular time of the year. While December is always very busy, people getting distracted by baking cookies or buying gifts or doing those things that are beautiful and wonderful ways to share our love with each other. Many times we get so caught up in these other things. And so my best advice to everyone, I would say to my parishioners, is to really spend time with our Lord in prayer and spend time in service to others, because that's really the most concrete way that we can fulfill our Lord's command, is to love God with all our heart and soul, and to love our neighbor as ourselves. So I think Advent is a beautiful, wonderful time to really refocus on what matters most. And that's the reality in our lives as Christians, that Christ actually did come 2,000 years ago, and Advent reminds us that he will come again. So we want to be as ready as possible, living in his love and sharing that with others. So
exit question for you, Father.
Sure.
Christians, obviously, we celebrate the birth of Christ at Christmas. We believe that he's the Son of God, who walked among us and changed the world. I think most people appreciate that aspect of it. But what is an aspect of this time of year, or a significance or consequence of Christ's birth, that often goes unappreciated? If you can, real quick for me.
Yeah, I think, sometimes we lose touch with the fact that it was just in really humble conditions that Christ came into the world, that his parents were basically kind of refugees at that moment, struggling to make ends meet and just trying their best in very humble circumstances to bring Christ into the world. And so I think we need to refocus, as I said before, on what matters most, and that's faith and family and our friendships, and really showing Christ's love, God's love for every human being that we encounter. And I think when you do watch our movie, Trinity's Triumph, you can see that.
You're good.
The main message is love. It's the love, the endurance of friendship, and living that love.
All right, real quick, where can people watch it? Where can they get more info on the film?
So if you go to our website, www.trinitystriumph.com, you can log on there and you can see all the platforms. The main ones that most people seem to be using are Amazon Prime, Apple TV, YouTube, but there's probably 9 or 10 others that are also there.
Terrific.
We hope many people will watch it and share it.
Thank you so much, Father Stephen Fichter.
Tom.
Congratulations on the film, and have a blessed Christmas, Father.
You too. God bless you. Thank you.